And I think dream job, reupholstering a vintage Mercedes wouldn't have been my first thought.
Right.
But you've sent us this whole stack of stuff from RoleCatcher.com about motor vehicle upholstery careers, guides, interview tips, you name it.
It seems like this trade has really piqued your interest.
Yeah.
Maybe you're picturing yourself surrounded by luxurious leather, meticulously stitching together a one-of-a-kind interior.
Honestly, that's a pretty good starting point.
Okay.
But before we get lost in daydreams of hand-stitched leather, let's dig into what RoleCatcher actually has to say about this field.
Right, because it's more than just comfy seats and fancy stitching.
Okay, so what kind of surprises does RoleCatcher have in store for us? What exactly are we uncovering in this deep dive?
Well, RoleCatcher really dives into the nitty-gritty, and it's clear that this trade demands a whole lot more than just a love for, nice fabrics. For instance, think about the ergonomics of a car seat.
Right.
You can't just make it look pretty. It has to provide proper support and comfort for the driver.
Right.
That requires an understanding of body mechanics and even some engineering principles.
Wow, so we're talking about form AD function.
Exactly.
Not just aesthetics.
And that's where those engineering drawings and blueprints come in.
Okay.
RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of being able to read and interpret technical plans. You're basically translating a 2D design into a 3D work of art that you sit on.
I never would have thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a motor vehicle upholsterer needs a healthy mix of artistic vision and technical skills.
You got it. And let's not forget about problem-solving skills.
Right.
RoleCatcher gives the example of encountering a defect in a piece of leather. A skilled upholsterer can't just scrap it.
Right.
They need to know how to work around the flaw, maybe even incorporate it into the overall design.
Wow.
That's some next-level resourcefulness.
Talk about thinking on your feet.
Yeah.
Okay, but all this sounds pretty challenging.
Sure.
What does RoleCatcher have to say about the rewards?
Well, besides the obvious satisfaction of creating something beautiful and functional with your own hands,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher highlights the strong job security in this field.
That makes sense. I mean, people will always need their cars fixed.
Right.
And who wouldn't want their ride to look its best?
Right. And with the growing demand for vintage car restorations and custom interiors, skilled upholsterers are more sought after than ever.
So you're telling me this could be a path to becoming like a modern-day artisan,
Yeah.
making a good living while pursuing a craft.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher points out that many professionals in this field find immense satisfaction in the work itself,
Right.
seeing it as more of a calling than just a job.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've established that this isn't your grandma's sewing circle.
Right.
It's a dynamic and evolving trade.
Yeah.
But what does the career path actually look like?
Sure.
RoleCatcher mentioned different stages, right?
Right.
It does seem like a field where experience really matters.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher breaks it down into stages.
Okay.
Starting with the apprentice role,
Right.
where you're mainly assisting experienced upholsterers, learning the ropes and mastering those foundational skills.
So like any good apprenticeship, you're paying your dues and soaking up knowledge.
Exactly. But RoleCatcher emphasizes that even at this early stage, you're not just fetching coffee.
Right.
You're involved in real projects, learning to handle different materials and understanding the workflow of a professional shop.
Okay, so you're not just observing from the sidelines, you're in the game learning by doing.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And as you progress to a junior upholsterer,
Okay.
RoleCatcher indicates that's where you start to spread your wings a bit more. You'll be entrusted with more responsibility, maybe tackling smaller projects independently.
So it's like that aha moment when the training wheels come off and you get to test your skills.
Right.
What comes after that?
Well, according to RoleCatcher, with experience comes expertise.
Sure.
You might find yourself specializing in a particular type of upholstery, maybe vintage car interiors or high-end custom jobs.
Right. So you find your niche, the thing that really gets you excited about the craft.
Yes, and RoleCatcher suggests that this is also where leadership skills come into play. Senior upholsterers often oversee entire projects, manage teams, and mentor those newer to the trade.
Right. So it's like that satisfying arc of any craft.
Yeah.
You apprentice, you hone your skills, and then you become the master, passing on your knowledge to the next generation.
Right.
But let's be practical.
Yeah.
How does one actually land that first upholstery gig?
Yeah.
It's not like these jobs are just hanging on a rack.
You're right, and RoleCatcher doesn't shy away from that. They have a whole section dedicated to interview prep,
Oh.
recognizing that it's a crucial step in landing your dream job.
And they go beyond the usual dress professionally and make eye contact
Yeah.
advice, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. They delve into the specific questions you're likely to be asked,
Okay.
providing insights into what potential employers are really looking for in your answers.
Like that question we touched on earlier.
Right.
Walk me through the process of upholstering a car seat. It's more than just listing the steps.
Right.
It's about demonstrating your understanding of the craft and your problem-solving skills.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher provides guidance on how to structure your answers,
Okay.
ensuring you highlight your relevant skills and experience. They even provide examples of follow-up questions you might be asked, so you're prepared for anything.
Wow, it's like having a roadmap to navigate that interview landscape. And speaking of roadmaps, RoleCatcher also takes a look at the bigger picture, right?
Yes.
The future of this industry.
They dedicate a section to industry trends and address the elephant in the room, automation.
Which is a valid concern for many trades these days.
Sure.
So what's the verdict? Are robots coming for the skilled upholsterers?
Well, it's not so simple.
Okay.
While automation is impacting certain aspects of the field, RoleCatcher emphasizes that the human touch, that skilled craftsmanship, is still highly valued.
Especially when it comes to intricate designs, custom work,
Right.
and those finishing touches that require a keen eye and a steady hand.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the passion and artistry
Yeah.
that skilled upholsterers bring to their craft. Those are qualities that are difficult, if not impossible, to replicate with machines.
So it seems the future of motor vehicle upholstery isn't about robots replacing humans, but rather about finding ways for technology to complement and enhance those uniquely human skills.
That's a great way to put it. And it speaks to the enduring appeal of this trade. It's a blend of artistry, technical skill, problem solving, and good old-fashioned hard work.
And it's a trade that offers a tangible, lasting result.
Yeah.
A beautifully crafted interior that not only enhances the look of a vehicle, but also provides comfort and enjoyment for the driver and passengers.
Exactly. And whether you're drawn to the meticulous restoration of a classic car or the sleek, modern design of an electric vehicle, the world of motor vehicle upholstery offers a surprisingly diverse range of possibilities.
So for anyone listening who's intrigued by this blend of traditional craftsmanship and modern technology, who appreciates attention to detail and takes pride in a job well done, maybe this deep dive has sparked a new career aspiration. And if you're ready to take that next step, you know where to find the resources. RoleCatcher.com has a wealth of information waiting for you. Just remember, we called it first, you heard it here on the deep dive.